Good morning, everyone. My name is Uri Mujiono from the Shipbuilding Institute of Polytechnic Surabaya, Indonesia. Today I would like to present our research quantilites decentralization marine plastic pyrolysis for sustainable microgrid in Gili Ketapang Island. This study focuses on how marine plastic waste can be converted into energy and used to support electricity generation on small island. Thank you for your attention. The research addressed two problems faced by many small islands in Indonesia. The first problem is marine plastic pollution. The second problem is dependence on diesel fuel for electricity. To solve this problem, we propose a small-scale pyrolysis system that converts marine plastic waste to energy. The system can process about 4,000 kilograms of plastic waste every month. Our result show good technical, economical, and every environment performance. Many small islands in Indonesia face two major challenges. First, marine plastic waste continues to accumulate on beach and coastal area. Second, electricity generation still depend heavily on diesel generator. Diesel fuel must be transferred from the mainland, making electricity expense and full needs to supply disruption. Because of this, we need a solution that can address both waste management and energy supply at the same time. Can marine plastic become a local energy source? Most pursued study focus on laboratory experiment or large waste to energy plant in cities. Very few studies investigates small-scale system for remote island. Therefore, our object is to evaluate the technical and economical feasibility of the decentralized marine plastic pyrolysis system for a small island microgrid. Our study was conducted on Gili Ketapang Island, located about 8 kilometers from Probolinggo, East Java. The island has around 4,500 residents. Its electricity comes from 150 kilowatts diesel generation and 550 kilowatts solar PV system. We call it marine plastic waste from three batch location over the period of 1 year. Based on seasonal condition, the waste was divided into two scenarios: dry season and west monsoon season. This slide shows the pyrolysis process. First, plastic waste to sorted, washed, sorted, and dried. Second, the plastic is heated inside a reactor at temperature between 4,050 and 550 degrees Celsius. The products are separated into liquid, oil, ignited gas, and share. The oil is filtered and stored. The Signi gas is used to generate electricity, while the oil is blended with diesel at B20 ratio. Part of the Signi gas is recycled back into the system to improve efficiency. The composition of marine plastic waste changes depending on the reason. During the dry season, the waste contains more polyethylenes and polypropylenes plastic. As a result, it has a higher heating value. During its west mason season, more hygiene product and organic material and present the increased moisture and ash content and lower the heating value. The seasonal difference affect the pyrolysis performance. Now let's look at the product yields. In the dry season, the system product 44% liquid oil, 80% cyclic gas, and 9% char. In the wet season, oil yields decreased to 36%. This happened because the feedstock contained more contaminants. We also compared the properties of the pyrolysis oil with diesel fuel. The results show that the oil can be safely used as a B20 blend without modifying the existing diesel generator. Next, we evaluate the integration of the pyrolysis system into the island microgrid. The pyrolysis system contribute more than 20,000 kilowatt-hours of electricity per month. The key result is diesel reduction. During the dry season, diesel displacement reached 12.5%. During the west monsoon season, increased to 41.8% because more plastic was available. Overall, the system reduced diesel consumption by 37.5% per year. Now let's discuss the economical result. The total investment cost is around $102,000 and annual operating cost is around $12,000. The internal rates of the return range from 36.2 to 54.8%. The payback period is between 1.8 and 2.7 years. The result indicated that the project is economically attractive. The sensitivity analysis also showed that the project remained viable even when key parameters change. Besides economical benefit, the system also provides environment benefits. The system can remove around 48 tons of marine plastic waste every year. It's also reduction carbon dioxide emission. Annual emission decreased by approximately 23.8 tons of CO2. This is equivalent to an overall reduction of 11.3%. Therefore, the system contributes of both cleaner biggest and lower emission. Okay. There are several reasons why the system performs well. First, diesel fuel is expensive on remote islands. Second, the investment cost is much lower than large waste-to-energy plant. Third, the project generation revenue from electricity production, diesel saving, and waste management benefits. Even under conservative assumption, the project remains financially feasible. An important advance of the system is scalability. Indonesia has more than 6,000 inhabitants island with similar challenges. The modular design allows the system to be adapted for different island size. If only 10% is sustainable, island adopts this concept. Around 29,000 tons of marine plastic could be processed every year, while generating 150 gigawatts hour of electricity. The concludes this study show that decentralized marine plastic pyrolysis is a practical solution for small island. The system reduces marine plastic pollution, decreases diesel consumption, and provide economic benefits. The rules show strong technical performance, attractive financial return, and positive environmental impacts. We believe this approach can support sustained development for many remote islands in Indonesia. Thank you very much for your attention.